Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly and I am a personal trainer, nutrition coach. I do the fitness thing, I do the nutrition thing. I also really love spirituality, law of attraction, mindset, psychology, all of that good stuff. And man, oh man, it's been a while since I've sat down to record a video. I just kind of fell into this funk where I didn't really want to make any content on YouTube for a while, and I didn't want to force myself to do it just because I really want this to be a really fun and creative outlet. I'm just feeling a little bit more like creative and excited and ready to start getting back into things, I suppose. That lighting is so much better. We're gonna keep this. So diving right into the topic of this video, mindset. I know, disgusting. It is such an overused term right now, mindset. You know, it's all about working on your mindset, being positive, and everybody knows that mindset work is important, especially when it comes to health and fitness and weight loss goals. A lot of people are waking up to the fact that it's not just about having the perfect plan on paper, because the perfect plan not followed is not going to really get you anywhere. And another thing that happens a lot of the time is people will pursue their goals and see the physical and the external results, but not really feel any better internally. Like they expected to feel happier and feel more confident and more fulfilled in their lives once they lost 20 pounds. But then they lose the 20 pounds and don't really actually feel any different on the inside. And then that obviously creates an environment where you're either going to give up and just revolt back to where you were previously, because what's even the point? Or you're going to just kind of be in this space where you feel really stuck and don't really know where to go next, because you still don't feel what you expected to feel, what your ultimate goal was, what your intention behind losing the weight was. So although mindset work is becoming uber popular, especially in the health and the fitness space, I think that there is a lack of clarity around, one, what mindset work even is, because it's not just about thinking more positively, but second, what the heck your mindset even composes of. And so I've been really inspired over the last week to start talking about what actually composes your mindset and how that relates to your health and your fitness and your nutrition. I just started re-listening to the You Are a Badass at Making Money audiobook by Jen Sincero. This is my third time listening to this audiobook because I love it. And one of my favorite takeaways from the book that was related more so to money and abundance and prosperity, but can also be related to success within your fitness and your health and your nutrition, is the concept of your mindset composed of 4 different things: your beliefs, your thoughts, your words, and your emotions. In the book, Jen gives this really great analogy about a bus. And she says that your beliefs are the bus driver. Your beliefs take you where you're going, whether or not you're paying attention. Thoughts are the tour guide standing at the front of the bus. They work in harmony with your beliefs, but they have all the veto power. So the tour guide can lean back and grab onto the steering wheel or put her foot on the pedal if she needs to really drive where you're going. The words you speak are the passengers on the bus, and they back up your beliefs and your thoughts. And 4th is your emotions. Your emotions are the fuel that the bus needs to get anywhere, and they are ignited by your thoughts. Your words can actually change your beliefs and therefore the direction of your life. The really interesting thing about beliefs is that they are so ingrained into our brain that we don't even realize that we have half of them. Beliefs shape the way that we see and experience the world. When you consciously become aware of your beliefs and carefully nurture the ones that you actually want to hold, then your life will begin to change around you. Beliefs are shaped throughout our entire lives, and a lot of the ones that we hold to this day in our adulthood are stemming all the way back to our childhood. We aren't actually born with any beliefs. We don't believe anything about food, we don't believe anything about ourselves, about our bodies when we pop out of the womb. When you're an infant, you just consume whatever nourishment is available to you without thinking about whether the milk is good or bad for you, or if it's going to make you gain weight or lose weight, or attaching your self-worth to how much of it you do or don't consume. You aren't born believing that there's even such a thing as thighs that rub together too much. These are all things that we learn and become ingrained into our subconscious mind throughout our lifetime. I have a client who, after a lot of years of bad diets and yo-yo weight cycles, had ingrained a really large string of beliefs about nutrition and her body. And these beliefs were still blocking her success in the first couple of months that we were working together. From the very beginning, everything that I suggested to her made sense intellectually. She knew that she didn't want to approach her diet the same way that she always had. She knew that she didn't want to over-restrict foods, cut out foods that she wanted to eat, and go about her day feeling super hungry and food focused all the time. We set the intention at the very beginning that we weren't going to cut out any foods or put any unnecessary restrictions on her. We were just going to focus on more simple, healthy habits like eating more protein and portion control. But every single week, without fail, she would check in with me feeling like a failure and beating herself up. The main thing that she kept beating herself up over was the fact that she kept making less than ideal food choices anytime that she was too busy or too stressed or really exhausted after a long day of work. The solutions that I gave her right from the beginning were no-brainers to me. Like, just have better foods around you that don't require much prep time or cook time, that are still in line with your nutrition objectives, which were to just eat more protein and eat more vegetables and make sure that your portions were proper for you. After a few weeks of the same cycle just repeating itself, of her coming to me and feeling like a failure and beating herself up because she just kept making food choices that were less than ideal for her goals, we finally uncovered a belief that was so deeply ingrained into her mind that she didn't even realize that it was there running the show. The belief that she held was that frozen food is bad. One of the no-brainer suggestions that I had made to her was to have some frozen foods on hand, so things like frozen shrimps, frozen protein sources, and frozen vegetables, so that when she came home after a long work day, she could just throw them in the pan and make a meal that was still gonna get her her protein, still gonna get her her serving of vegetables, was gonna be totally in line and conducive to her goal without taking up too much cook time or prep time. To me, it was really obvious that a stir fry made with frozen ingredients was going to be so much better and so much more conducive to her goals than the meal she was picking up in the drive-thru on her way home from work. But to her, that wasn't the case. The client was taught growing up that frozen food is bad. To her mom's generation, frozen food was the epitome of junk food. Even though on the surface, this client agreed with me that she needed to have quick and healthy options available to her at home so that she'd be less likely to run through the drive-thru on the way home, her mind totally and completely dismissed the idea that frozen food was an option. Her mind dismissed it without her even realizing it or acknowledging it, because it was so deeply ingrained and she had never given herself the opportunity to question whether or not that belief was true. Ever since that conversation, we gave her evidence to support that a frozen meal was going to be way more conducive to her goals than a drive-thru meal. Over the next few weeks, every time she would check in with me, she would exclaim just how much she's loving her frozen meals and the stir fries and the creations that she was making. So much so that she was craving those meals all day long and couldn't wait to get home and throw some things on the stove and have a really healthy, delicious meal prepared in less than 10 minutes. Thoughts are the driver behind your emotions. What you believe is going to manifest into your thoughts, and those thoughts create feelings, and those feelings create your action. If you believe that your metabolism is just slow and that losing weight is really difficult for you, you will think thoughts like, even if I eat this salad, it's not going to make a difference, so I might as well not. A thought like this will elicit feelings like frustration, hopelessness, anger, sadness, and these feelings will ultimately lead you to take an action that is more pleasurable, which in this case is not the salad. And the reason why the salad is not the most pleasurable option is because in your mind, you perceive the pizza to be more pleasurable because of the perfect combination of salt and fat that just gives you that instant hit of dopamine and makes you feel good instantly. And number two is because you choosing the pizza over the salad actually confirms your belief that losing weight is really hard. And the best case scenario for your ego is to be correct. Even if your ego is correct about something that you ultimately don't want it to be correct about. These are why our thoughts are so powerful, both our conscious and our subconscious thoughts. Whatever we think, we want to confirm with our actions because it feels really good to be right. If you think thoughts that are not in line with your goals, you will go more out of your way to confirm those thoughts as true than as not true. But if you can think thoughts that are in alignment with your goals, that you do want to be correct about, then you will go out of your way to prove those to yourself. One of my favorite books of all time, which is The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, talks about one of the ancient principles of life by the Toltec, and that is to be impeccable with your word. Basically, all this means is that you shouldn't say anything out loud that you don't want to be true. The words that we use literally form our identity. Words are the bridge that carry our thoughts and our beliefs into physical reality. If you say out loud that you are somebody who is not motivated to work out in the morning before work, you are literally creating a physical identity as somebody who is not motivated in the mornings. Motivation is a whole nother can of worms, so we're gonna leave that for a different video. But my point is, anything that forms your identity, who you believe that you are, you will bend over backwards to keep present in your life. If you identify as somebody who is unmotivated, then if you were to get motivated, who you believe you are dies. The ego will do anything and everything to not die, even if that means sacrificing what's best for you as a whole. In addition to that, your words allow you to directly connect with other human beings. Not only is human connection one of the top 6 core needs that all humans have, but our words form our outward identity with the people that we're around, and we connect with people based on that identity. On some level, you've benefited from the words that you habitually use around the people in your life. Perhaps you bond with your coworkers about how difficult it is to get up before work to work out, making you feel really seen and connected to those people. And that feels really good. Even if you don't yet believe that you are somebody that's really motivated, or somebody who loves salad, loves working out, or somebody that has a lot of self-control around the dessert table, start being more careful not to speak the opposite of those things out loud. The more you speak these things out loud, the more you identify with them. And the more you identify with them, the more your brain will go into overdrive to prove yourself right, which you actually don't want. Dr. Joe Dispenza says that emotions are the most powerful tools and resources of creation that we possess. The thoughts that we think and the words that we say elicit an emotional response. That emotional response can either propel you to take an action or block you from taking one. For example, if you think that you are just destined to live in a body that you're unhappy with or not confident with, that is going to make you feel hopeless and sad and frustrated, and then you're very unlikely to get out of bed when your alarm goes off in the morning and your bed feels extra cozy. If saying that you always lose control around sweets makes you feel really anxious when you're around them, then you're obviously going to be a row deep into the Oreo box every time that you see them in your pantry. We also subconsciously attach meaning to our emotions, and this creates a habitual response to our emotions that we think we aren't in control over. Think of emotional eating, or stress eating, or boredom eating. If you think that feeling sad is wrong, you will do anything and everything to elevate your emotional state as quickly as possible, even if it's just temporarily. Your brain has learned that that sweet, decadent taste of chocolate very reliably, quickly, and effectively elevates your emotional state. The root cause of any self-sabotaging behaviors that don't align with the goals that you say that you have is your mindset. It sounds nice that you're going to change your mindset and start thinking more positively, but it really isn't that simple, unfortunately. It's not just a flick of a switch, because a lot of your mindset is happening subconsciously. The first step is becoming more aware of what is subconsciously running the show, aka your beliefs. Once you are aware of the beliefs that you do hold, you can set the intention to disprove the ones that are no longer serving you and find evidence to support the beliefs that you do want to hold. Once you've identified the beliefs that you do want to hold, then you can solidify those beliefs using your words and using your thoughts. Intentionally using your thoughts and your words to align with the goals that you have are going to elicit an emotional response that will drive action that is more in alignment with your goals. I know mindset work seems very overwhelming and it's very apparent that it's important, but you're probably feeling pretty lost on how to go about approaching it. If you have weight loss, fitness, nutrition, health goals at all this year, and you have approached those types of goals in the past unsuccessfully, or perhaps you did have some success, but you ended up feeling pretty disappointed at the end with your results, then it's very likely that your mindset was serving as a block to getting you where you actually wanted to go. Hopefully this video started getting the wheels turning for you and understanding how your mindset might have been holding you back and giving you some clarity around what you need to do next. If you do have goals related to your health or your fitness, nutrition, or weight loss this year, and you're becoming aware that mindset work is going to be really, really important for you to get to those goals, but you're not really sure where to begin with this or would like some additional support in achieving that, I am accepting coaching applications right now, so you can find the link to my coaching application below. We can talk more about what that would look like. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you would like more videos like this. Other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic start to the new year, and I will see you in the next video.